don't you think 6 years later now, those talking points and those figures, bar Jada, but a lot of these talking points are very mainstream now. Mass deportations.
Yeah, it's always been there. I think it's always been there. It's exacerbated a bit more. But yeah, I mean,
bro, we had 10 days of riots over tweets last year.
Yeah. But it just shows you. You know, every accusation is a confession. I'm just sorry, man. Like they have this issue. The issue of paedophilia is their problem, bro. With all due respect, go look at statistics, bro. Most of them are white middle-aged men. This is your problem, bro. Don't bring it to our table doors. This is your problem. Go look at statistics throughout the world, bro. Who's traveling to Thailand and these countries and now Africa? Yeah, please, man, get out of here. Don't. This is your problem. Deal with it, okay? And it makes me sick that they totally avoid 95% of the culprits. It's like to them, like, look how sick that is. We have an issue with pedophilia, grooming, terrorist attacks, if it's someone in color. If it's our own or Muslim. If it's our own, no, it's okay.
Yeah.
If you ask me, I'll say, bro, I have a problem with it, whoever does it. You have a problem if it's Muslim. They're hypocrites, bro. I spoke to Kalen Roberts. He goes, Tommy Robinson would get happy when a terrorist attack happens. This is one of his guys who used to work with him.
No, of course.
Bro, how could you get happy?
Just on this grooming issue, bro. I mean, let me just make a few points because it's something which always comes up periodically. But this time around, it's had huge attention because of Elon Musk and other American pundits that have been giving it attention. But look, first and foremost, brothers and sisters and friends, there is no conclusive data as of yet whereby child sexual crimes, whether it's grooming or rape, is disproportionately Pakistani or Muslim. I'm talking about conclusive data. What we have, Ali, is that in some towns and cities where there's already a high population of Pakistani males, there is a overrepresentation there. So let me just explain what that means. So if there's, let's take for example Rochdale, Bradford, Oldham, cities like that where there's a high population of Pakistani men. So naturally there will be an overrepresentation of those types of men committing those crimes. So, but in terms of data, and we should always bring it back to this because they'll shout, oh, but per capita, but per capita. No, but the fact of the matter is that the vast majority of child sexual exploitation crimes are committed by white men. Overwhelmingly. Now they'll say, obviously, though, it's a white country.
They have to be consistent then. Because if they say overwhelming majority is white men, then in those areas, if it is that's the case, then the same applies. You have to be consistent. And with us, okay, no problem. Bro, capital punishment Islam. You love the Sharia now.
Yeah. But do you know what I think? An awkward conversation that everyone's trying to avoid, Ali, when it comes to this, Muslims and non-Muslims alike, irrespective of where you are on this divide, is they would argue that these Pakistani or Muslim groomers targeted white girls because they were white. Now, I'm going to share my thoughts with you. Let me know what you think. I believe that if these sexual predators, these criminals, were in a town or a city where the predominant vulnerable girls were not white, they'd attack them as well.
100%. Sorry, 1 second. The only reason is because they see that as easy access.
That's it.
So bro, these guys are predators. They're vile. They are look, a hunter. What does a hunter do? They're looking for easy prey.
Vulnerable.
These people are the scum of the earth. They are doing that. And not only that, I don't even like to use the word Muslim. What's Muslim got to do? Brother, please, I challenge anyone, bro. Please, any far right, man, I'll come on your show, man. Please, tell me what Islam and Muslims got to do with that. You look at the church. Now, in the church, I can make correlations. Because
it happened in the church.
Look. Which of these individuals who did these groomings were imams? Or religious leaders? Or scholars?
Activists?
None of them. Bro, they don't even practice. Because in Islam, they'll get a capital punishment because most of them were married men.
I've said this bare times, bro.
Good. Now, in the church, they are priests.
Vicars,
pastors, fathers,
bishops,
Not only that, some of them are what? They are celibate.
Yes.
Brother, I can say that is a direct cause of their perversion.
100%.
So unnatural. I can say, if I can believe anything to a religion, I would say that has a correlation to their religion.
Boom. Because if you are going to impose celibacy as a sign of piety, you are actually suppressing something which is fitri and normal and natural.
Exactly.
And how do you fulfill it? Access to young boys.
Thank you. And this happened in the thousands, but they're finding dead bodies. Yes?
So someone will now watch this and say, oh, but what about the Prophet's marriage to Aisha 6 and 9?
What's that got to do with anything?
Tell me one perpetrator who cited the Prophet's marriage as a justification for what they did.
Bro, it's nonsense. Even to use that argument is nonsense. We're talking about the Prophet married her, waited for her to become an adult. You're talking at a time 1400 years ago. The enemies of Islam called him a lot of names. Why did any of them come and call him?
Never. This is the last 20, 30 years.
Bro, please, this is a dumb argument with all due respect. And not only that, we know in our religion says that you need to marry a 9-year-old. We actually use that example of the Prophet having a marital contract at the age of 6 and consummating at the age of 9 as an evidence that if my son is 18 and he's getting to know a girl that's 14, we say the Prophet waited for her to become an adult, you wait for her to become an adult. 16, 17. We use the same example. So nowhere did the Prophet say, you have to marry a girl that's 9. It doesn't. And not only that, look at your countries, Bob. In the UK, 16 years old. Yes,
Spain, 14.
14. France, 14. America, 11, 12, 13, 14.
America,
states.
there's about 20 states where there's no age for marriage.
And not only that,
there's no age for marriage.
250,000 girls were married underage in America.
I know this. Do you know how I know this?
Yeah.
I sent you that research.
Come on, bro. Don't tell me.
I'm trying
to get a fast one there. I've done some deep research, guys. Yeah. Liam Tough, you want to talk about that?
Yeah.
Nah. How about the pedophiles in America who are flying to Israel because of the right of return?
Yeah.
Why don't you talk about that? How about the girl who got raped by 5 IDF soldiers in one of these Cyprus? Yeah. Talk about that, Liam Tough. Nah. Tommy? Nah. Muslims? Yes.
There's states in the United States, the biggest liberal democracy in the world, the superpower of the world, has about 20 states where there's no age for marriage. So that means a child that's 1 year old with the consent of their parents can get married after a grown adult.
Yes.
There's nothing to prevent that.
20
states.
20 states. Not only that, Jimmy Savile. Epstein, bro, Epstein, bro, direct connections to Mossad, bro, you know his plane was called Lolita,
and he's been seen with a t-shirt with IDF t-shirt.
Bro, do you know what Lolita is?
Tell me.
Lolita is there was a book written by some author who talks about a 60-year-old man falling in love with a 12-year-old. Lolita, there's a book written on it, yeah, and he flew out 3 12-year-old girls from France to that island, yeah. Okay, Mossad has a direct. There's things, bro. Don't look at this. It's an open secret.
You know that the Talmud says that you can also have betroth and have sexual intercourse with a child that's 3 years. No, 3 years and 1 day.
Thank you for that information.
It's important.
We have to give that Liam Tough, please. Yeah. Okay, so imagine that. And who wears a shirt of Mossad?
Tommy,
the little midget, little intellectual midget. You wear that. Why don't you talk about? Not only that, he was on the PBD podcast. On the PBD podcast, that little flipping another dirtbag, Adam.
Yeah.
Bro, the guy was saying, "Oh, is it worth exposing if it's going to help? If it's going to affect the government?"
There you go.
Can you imagine, bro? We're on a podcast, and I go, "Yeah, the grooming gangs, etc." But you know, it might affect the Muslim community. Let's keep on the down low. Bruv. And then there will be uproar. Tommy Robinson was interviewed by PBD. Patrick Pet. He's a pet, by the way, not Bet. His pet. Yeah, he's a flipping Islamah for pet. Yes. Okay. So he went on that show where they're defending pedophilia on a state level.